So, welcome. We are going to start our next meeting of the Earth Educational Collective. So, as I told, this time we tried some experimental format, just splitting the meeting into two parts. One, like eight hours ago, we meet a few people from Western Russia, and we expected the people from Eastern Russia would join us here, but I see nobody. This time I see only the US students here. But anyway, we will try this separate session this time. We'll see, maybe next time we will join again. So sorry for this experiment. We're trying to cover larger number of time zones.
Yeah, we may in the future soon, we may want to put people into teams of 2 or 3 or 4 or something, 2 or 4, I would say, Russian kids and American kids, and just say, this is your meeting time, please show up to that, so that we have more cross communication between American kids and Russian kids. But
yeah, okay, and I just could remind you that we basically put all the data sets we received so far into a join Google Map. We put all the data we received from some of you, from Ismail particularly, we put online, but we are still waiting for other to send us their location areas with some explanation, or you could just tell a little bit here about that. So is it okay? I will share the screen. So here is a map, and we could see, you could open this map following the link. I put here all the data from our Russian colleagues, from Yusuf, from colleagues from Yakutia here in the bottom. It is still untitled.
Dima, would it be okay? I think I opened that link. Would it be okay for me to show what comes up on my computer?
Sure.
Yeah. So, so Ismail says he just replied with a KML file.
Okay.
Yeah, it turns out I have to download like Google Earth Pro on my MacBook, and I just got it to work.
Yes. Okay. That's also another thing. Let me send you a link. There's another software we will be telling now, called Google Earth Pro. So our map is in so-called Google Maps, and there's yet another version of a Google Map product called Google Earth, and it is available. If you follow the link, you will see a few versions available, and we would need the one called Google Earth Pro. And also I could remind you that some time ago we sent you in via email and also via WhatsApp, we sent you the short presentation how to draw contours in Google Maps. There is a link to PDF. You also could download, or you could look the recording of our previous previous meetings.
Okay, so for Sonora and Jaden, and I guess Ismail, I'm going to share my screen. And I assume you can see what I've got going on now. Is that correct? Great, and I can see you down in the corner. So this is,
yes.
Thank you. Who was that, Sonora?
It was Jaden.
Hi, Jaden. Okay, so let's start with Google Earth Pro, which Dima just talked about. This is if you just Google Earth Pro, you'll find this website, and then so you can see all Earth versions. And there's one that you can use on the web, one on mobile, and the one you want to put on your computer, if you have a computer or a laptop at home, is the Google Earth Pro. That'll take you down here, and you can download it and install it. And then it's a more complete version of Google Earth that gives you some extra tools and a little bit of expanded capability. So we'll start there. In the, how do I get to messaging here?
You still could if you yeah.
I want to see the messages that you sent.
A quick question: when we send the email, like you said, send a KML email. Like, which email do you want it best with?
Well, you could share your KML file via our WhatsApp, but also you could use email. Let me see. I will send you the address again. Just 1 minute.
Is it the one that goes to you or the ECC participants one?
Yeah. ECC participants. That's
one. Okay. I did that one. We're good.
Yep.
Could you copy it into the chat, please?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time figuring out where chat is in my little window here.
Yeah, you could just go down.
Oh, it's down here. Never mind. I'm not used to this current format. Hi, Analia. Okay, so in my chat. Oh, look. This is a new one. I can download this here, right?
Yes, right. Also, I could send you the Siberian one here if you would like.
Sure. I'll just take this one on my desktop because I think what I can do here is show a couple of things. So this is the link that Dima sent first. And when I opened that up, it opens up the web version right away. And now it shows me if I click on it, it takes me right to your KML file. Okay. And so the one that we got from, one of the ones we got from Russia that Dima was showing, this is in the eastern part of Russia in Yakutsk, right?
In Yakutia, yeah. Yakutsk is a city and Yakutia is a region.
Yeah, Yakutia.
Or Sakha. Nowadays they prefer to call it a native language, Sakha.
Okay. And that, if I click on that, there it is. Here's the description. A mysterious place. They say that the pot from hell was found here, sinking into the permafrost. Is it true? We'll find out. So there's some intrigue around this place. But here we see the outline that was drawn by one of the participants of this area. It's sort of the Death Valley, I guess, of Russia. So
myself, I have no idea what is it, but we could just learn that it is a very remote location. Even for Siberian scale, it is very remote area, remote from any populated place.
For me, I want to go on a canoe trip on this river because that's the stuff that I like to do. So I would like to be there and see it. But now we've got all of the, Dima shared with us all of the places that people have sent to him, and we can see them in this map. In the future, we're going to share all of these maps into a different platform that allows us to work on them independently and to see them independently. Google Earth Pro is not it's pretty good, but it's not the best place to collaborate on shared maps like that, from what I understand.
Yeah, let's say Google Maps is your tool for sharing things, but you cannot work together jointly on the map. Google Earth is a very advanced tool, but for your own personal use only. You could do it on your computer only. And step by step, we will come to the possibility also to work together with the shared maps. But on the next step, first we have to learn how to draw the contour and how to find the satellite images you need.
Right. So let's say I would like to ask all three of you independently, Ismail, Sonora, and Jaden, are you understanding how to draw a contour on a tool like this on Google Earth or Google Maps?
Not really. Can you do it over again? I kind of saw like how to get there, but like shading and stuff and what you're doing, I don't understand.
Yeah, absolutely. I will show you again. Ismail, you're seeing it. So here we have the area that was submitted, and this is where that nifty, I forget the name of it, but the tree. This is an image planted in trees, which is very cool. And that's
I understand. Yeah, probably in trees. Yeah, I'm not quite certain. Is it in trees or in some kind of bushes they planted it?
Sure, some other vegetation, sure. But that is, this outline, this image that you see is like earth art. It's shrubs and trees and plants made to make art from space that you can see from satellites, which is pretty darn cool. So
yeah, it is. They are called geoglyphs, actually.
Geoglyphs, sure.
Or geoglyphs. I'm not certain what's the right pronunciation.
Well, we have petroglyphs and hieroglyphs, right? And hieroglyphs are in Egypt and petroglyphs are here, I believe. I think that's right. And this is a geoglyph, huh? Cool. Okay, so let's say I want to make a KML file to send to the group. So Jaden and Sonora, if this is hard, if this is something that's challenging you right now, let's figure out how to do it together. All right.
Okay. So, first of all, you cannot do it in that map. You have to switch to My Places and My Maps in Google Earth. Yeah. In Google Maps also. But in Google Earth, you also could.
Sonora, isn't this your first time joining?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, then I'll start from the very beginning. If I'm back on the web tool and I go to my Google Maps, okay, I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to see all these places that I have mapped over the years. Most of them I put pins and stuff like that, but I'm going to say I want to create my first KML file that I'm going to send to this group, okay? I start with, let's say I start with create my map. And let's say I'm going to go into Minneapolis, and I will say one of the things that I like to do around here is I sometimes go fishing and hunting on the Mississippi River down here by Spring Lake. Okay, and so I want to study one of these islands for some reason. This is what I'm interested in. So I am going to draw a polygon. I'm going to draw a line around the area that I want to study so that I can turn that polygon into a KML file and send it to the group so that it can be added to a collective map. Okay, we're going to start there. So now I'm in my maps. I'm going to title this Island I Like. Good enough, right? Very nice island. And then I'm going to save that map. And I'm going to add a layer. See where it says import up here? if I had a KML file already done, I could import a KML file, but I'm trying to create one so that I can share it with the group. So we start with this tool up here, which is the draw a line tool. And that allows you to make a polygon that I can share. So I'm going to add a line or shape. And I'm going to start, this is complicated on this one, but I'm going to start by just roughly tracing the outline of this island. Each time I click, it drops a little point, and then the elastic connector lets me move along. Okay, now when I get back to the start, and I click on the first one that I laid, and I'm not going to be overly careful about this, but when I get back to the start and I click on the first one, I know where I should have done. Just for interest, I'll do it maybe on the next one, because I would like to see the historical data. Okay, see, there you go. So now I created Polygon 1 is the name that they gave me. So I drew a line around the entire thing, and when I get back to the start, I click on it and it says, all right, what would you like to name this? And I would say, oops. I would say Island 1. Okay. I can add a description if I want. I'm not going to for this. Looks like I can even add photos if I had them. But I'm going to save that as Island 1. Now I've drawn the island, and if I zoom out, there it is. There's my island. Okay. If I want to, so now over here on the left-hand side is my menu bar, and I want to share this island with the group so that everybody can see it, and so that maybe we can add it to the project. So I'm going to go to the 3 dots, excuse me, the top ones, and I'm going to say, go to export to KML or KMZ. When I do that, for this one, should I do entire map, Dima?
In this case, it doesn't matter because you have a single contour.
Okay, because it's.
But exporting entire map, just remember that you will export everything drawn in your map, everything at once.
But this is a single map, so I would only have the one thing on it, correct?
Yeah, or you could just export your, I would recommend to try to export with untitled layer.
Yeah, I wonder why it's, because I did title it. I'm wondering, oh, here, let's cancel.
Doesn't matter.
Let's say, let's do this. Island 1. Okay, so what I did was I made the mistake. This is the entire map. Okay, and this now, what I've drawn here, I've now titled Island 1. So now when I go to export, I say, no, I want to export Island 1. So the one area that I just drew that I want to share with the group. And I will say that I am going to export it as KML instead of KMZ.
But I believe it doesn't matter in this particular case, yeah.
Yeah, generally that doesn't matter, but we're gonna let you, we don't want to explain the difference between the two and why it does or doesn't matter. So we're gonna stick with KML for now, just so there's not a lot of confusion. Okay, so just KML. I'm going to download it. Island 1, I'm gonna download it onto my desktop, and I am going to save it. And now, if I go to my desktop, I can see Island 1. And if I wanted to, I will go into here. I'll compose a new email. Come on, move over. Something, get out of my way. To EEC participants. And I'll say my KML file. And I'll say, here you go, Sam. I'm not a good typer. Sam and Dima. And I am going to use the attach file button. And I'm going to look on my desktop, which it brought me right to, and I see island 1 is there. And I select it. I open it. Now it's connected to the email, and it's going to the EC participants page, and I send it. And now Dima in Russia has my KML file that he can add to our entire group's map.
Yeah,
So
I could start my screen and show it if you would like.
Sure, I'll stop sharing. So the idea there is this is how you share your KML files. There it is.
Yes, here it is. So I just download it. I will put it, doesn't matter where. Island 1. I have also some other files here.
I love how everybody organizes their files differently in the world.
Yeah, you see this this map. I share it with you in my screen. It is possible to also edit this map because I am an owner. I could just remind you that as you have this Google Maps, and if you are registered in Google, of course, you just could go to through this menu. You could go to, oh, sorry, I need to change language. 1 second.
Can you edit a description for me quick?
Pardon me?
Can you edit a description for me quick for the thing I put?
Add a description?
Yes. So this process, I just sent a link into the chat with a presentation showing step-by-step the whole process. You could repeat it by yourself. But here I'm just reminding you that as you go to Google Maps menu, to your places and to maps, you could also create your own map and do it like we have done this with Sam. But I have already created our own shared maps. And if I would like to add Sam's place, I'm just click here, add layer. So all data in the geographic information system are organized as a layers. So the data displayed in the maps are located one over another. So some data could overlap other data. And if we are not transparent, you will see the upper layer. But here I will just add a new one. Here it is untitled layer. And I will just, instead of drawing like Sam did, I will just import it. And I will just drag or just select from my computer the file I saved from Sam, this island 1. And just going. And now you see it is located in a way that my map is trying to fit all of the data in the single map because they are located both in Russia and in the US. So they are not at very detailed scale. Anyway, here we have Sam Island 1, and as you see, it is indicated. Unfortunately, I have to zoom in to see this island. If I could click it, it will be indicated in the map. And I could zoom in and see it exactly at the location it is.
So Google Maps, this is the least complex version, the least professional version that you can get. And it won't allow you to just double click on it and move into that map, will it?
Yes, I also sent a few times a link to recording of our previous meetings and previous lectures. And in one of the very first lectures, I shared it with you, the recording, just my videos. And in YouTube, I will send it again. We have records of all of these, all of our meetings and all of our lectures. And one of it, the very first one, it is just titled "Why Google Maps is not enough to study Earth." So you will, I will send you a link later on. But for now, I will stop and give the floor back to Sam to speak about Google Earth. It is a little bit more complex.
I have a
tool.
question.
Sure.
All right, Jaden, let's hear it.
Okay, here, let me show my face because I'm sitting down. So are we supposed to?
No, it seems like it was a mistake because
Like circle around, like
we hardly hear you. Sorry.
Yeah,
Better,
Jaden,
better.
yeah, there you go.
oh,
Let's-
like when we. Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, sorry, my phone, my speaker's here. So
Now good.
for the for you can hear it. Can you hear
Jaden?
me?
Jaden, you're gonna have to leave your video off, unfortunately. It's bogging your system down too much, your connection. We'd love to see
Can you
your
hear me?
face. We'd love to see your face,
Okay,
but it's
1 second.
causing it to go too slow.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, sorry. I had the AirPods in. So when we trace around the land that we want and we send it in, is it to make a big map of what? That's the part I'm lost on. So when
Sure.
we make,
So
go ahead. You.
yeah, no, I Zoom meetings. I love this part. Yeah, so the purpose behind you finding an area is that we're trying to just give you an introduction on the tools that are available if you want to work with satellite mapping. And so,
Okay.
so let's say, I'll just give you some real world examples. Okay, let's say you work for a nonprofit that is interested in the quality of the annual wild rice harvest or the crop of wild rice in central Michigan or northern Minnesota or somewhere in Wisconsin. Your mission might be to find funding to
Oops. I'm sorry.
that's all right.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, the mission of the nonprofit might be to protect that wild rice area, to provide some assistance to the local community that's trying to work with that wild rice. But one of the tools that you need to understand is how to you might want to use historical geographic data from satellite images to tell your story. So we're not necessarily trying to make you into a satellite mapping expert. That's not the point. What we want you to do is to understand the basics of how satellite maps work so that when you work in those settings, you can access these very powerful tools that are spinning all around our planet, taking pictures all the time, and they really do help tell a story, and they give us a ton of information about what's happened in the past, say since about 1960 to present, and the maps and the images and the information that they send back to us is just getting better and better all the time. So it helps with a lot of different things. Does that help?
Thank you. Because I was getting everything and I was like, wait, how are we gonna? Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me good? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little better.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, good, good. I
It
was
seems your
understanding
channel
all-
is not big enough for video.
Right, I was understanding everything, but like the putting it together was where I was confused, but you explained it really well. Thank you.
No problem. Any questions, you keep asking them, okay? Yeah, good. We'll expect you. It sounds like you're not getting enough connectivity to function with the video, which happens sometimes, so that's fine. Sonora, do you have any questions at this point?
Okay, I tried doing it and then I tried saving it, but I don't think it worked when I saved it because then when I click on the file, it's just a bunch of like words.
Okay, so what's going on there, Sonora, is that you did save the file, but in order to open the file, you have to open the file with a program that can read that specific type of file. So just like if you're trying to work on a Word document or a spreadsheet, you need to open that spreadsheet with a program that can read spreadsheet files. So if you take and send that KML file that you did to the EEC participants email address, then Dima will be able to open it, but you have to open it in Google Maps or Google Earth or any of these other, I forget the name of the last one that we were working on today, Dima?
Sentinel Hub, for example.
Yes, Sentinel Hub. There's a lot of different programs out there that can open a KML file, but there are a lot that can't too. You can't just ask it to open up. You have to do that through a program that can open it. Does that make sense?
As soon as you will install the Google Earth on your computer, Google Earth Pro, then the KML file will be associated with Google Earth Pro and will be open up there.
Okay, I'll try sending it to you guys and see if it works.
Okay.
Good.
And don't feel like the first one you do is the project that you're going to work on. We will help narrow in on specific projects that are of interest to you. Right now, we're just trying to get you comfortable with the idea of drawing polygons around an area on the Earth and creating a KML file that you can share.
Okay, can one of you guys send the email in the chat so I can copy and paste it to send it?
Will do.
Thank you.
So,
Coming your way right now.
So here I could send the link. Yes, this is the email address, and here it's a WhatsApp group. You could also join by this invitation link for more frequent exchange. You could also send a KML file via chat. It doesn't matter.
So for me, Dima, because I don't use the web version of WhatsApp, it would work on this computer, but it doesn't work on my other machine, so I have a little bit of trouble with it. So I think if people are comfortable with sending emails, that's a great place to do it too. If you're good with your WhatsApp and you know that platform better, you can send it there to us as well.
So we will receive both ways, yes. But right now, email is preferable, I think.
Yeah. How's it going, Sonora? Are you figuring it
Yeah,
out?
I got a file from Sonora already.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, so should I show it or just?
Yeah, of course, that'd be great.
Okay, let me share the screen. Here is the message from Sonora I received, and so I downloaded the file and saved it to the folder on my computer, and now I could open it and add it into the map. So I could add another layer and import and select a file, or just drag it and please grandparents farm. Just wait, you see it is
Oh, there it
located
is.
here.
Oh,
Yeah, but unfortunately we have to zoom all the way in, so it is not as advanced to scale up.
you're on Ishmael's favorite park though.
Yeah, where? This is
Real
wait,
quick, can you add a description for me? I'll put it in the chat and you could just put it right there.
I'll add it in. You put it in the chat and I'll add it in. Well, I don't know if I can actually.
What?
I know he can right now. He has the edit tool. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll put it in the chat though.
Okay.
Look.
Oh, so you did all of these, Sonora.
Yes. Look.
Great.
I just will call it Sonora. But if you will follow, if you will now refresh your map in your computer by the link I sent you, by this link. I sent it already today, but I could do it again. So you will see also Sonora's data in the very bottom of this layer panel, layer bar.
Okay, so I can open that up. I'd like to open that up on Google Earth
Go on.
on my computer. And would I do that through that link?
No, if you would like to, what do you mean? If you would like to open the Google Maps, yeah, you could do it by that link, sure.
But I want to be in the position you're in, where I have everything that's been submitted on Google Earth. But I can't do that because I have to have those on my machine, correct?
Correct. So
Yes.
in Google Earth or in Google Maps?
Okay, I want to do it in Google Earth.
In Google Earth is your personal program. You cannot share it with others. You could
Right.
only show your screen now, but it is advanced tool, but only for you. It is not for crowd mapping, not for joint mapping, team mapping.
So can you share with me Sonora's KML file so that I can open it up in my Google Earth?
Okay, could I share it right here in Zoom?
I believe so.
Okay, just a minute.
If you can add that type of a file in there, yeah.
Sure.
Otherwise, you'll have to send it to me via email, I guess.
Via email, you already have it, but you
There
also
it is.
have
Perfect.
it here.
Click to download. Okay. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen before I download this, just so I can show what we're doing here, okay?
Go on.
Okay. So we're back in the chats. I've got Sonora's grandparents' farm. And I am going to download it. It says there's a security issue. I trust it. I'll put it on my desktop. And then I'm going to open up Google Earth Pro. And I am going to quickly figure out how to import a place. Do I do that? Can I do that through, nope.
Anyway, you could just go open it. Yeah, go and open it. That's one of the way. Just file and open and select your file. Or you could just do it. You could just click your file you saved. Just double click. It is already associated with Google Earth, right?
Yep.
Just wait.
Oh, there it is. Oh, weird. It's in the middle of northern Wisconsin.
Okay, but you see, if you do not like this 3D view, you could get rid of it, of course. Yeah.
And I can go to a flat view, is what you're saying.
Yes, you could go through menu. You could somewhere in the settings. You could change it. Not here.
Not here.
No,
Okay.
no, in view menu, or I don't remember by heart, but you could just look in menu, you could use it.
Okay, well, we'll just leave it here for now because I
Yeah.
don't know that part. Okay, but so now I'm looking at the KML file that Sonora sent, shows us these 4 different buildings on the property. And if Sonora knew the rough dimensions of the farm, let's say that's this. Let's say this is the, oops. Why am I not?
What's
No,
happening?
I don't know
Sorry.
what it did. There it is.
Okay, okay, yes, exactly. So
Why
this is a little bit different type of drawing tool, but not really very different. It works in the same way.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not working the way you showed me earlier today, is it?
Just a
Where
minute.
it finished itself.
Maybe because you took the wrong tool. No, this is line. Here the line and polygons are separate. Yes.
Got it. Add polygon. So here I am, and I'm going to say this is what we believe Sonora's grandparents' farm to roughly be. Okay.
You could change your style and color.
Yes. I'm going to say farm boundaries. Oops.
Okay.
And I'm going to change the style and color to outlined rather than filled. Okay. And I'm going to save that there. And I'm going to say, if I'm looking at that, can I edit that? Doesn't matter.
If you would like to save it, you have to right click on it here, exactly, right click, and then save place as.
Sure. And I won't for now. We're just guessing anyway. I'll just leave it as this. But one of the things that I wanted to show you, because this is one of the things that Dima showed earlier today, and it's something that we can do here too, is that one of the tools that they have is a history, a time history. Okay. So this is the same area taken by 2 different satellites, obviously at 2 different times, right? And this one does tell us that this was taken by Maxar Technologies or bought. Google Earth bought this from Maxar Technologies. This is obviously a winter picture.
And you could see the date even. If
And
you zoom in, you have to zoom in to see. It is quite clear that it was done already.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go travel back in time. And I'm going to say, this is that same farm in 2016. This is fall of 2015. This actually says 3 of 2015. Well, whatever.
Yeah, March.
Yeah, I don't know why it has fall colors, but this is 2012. This is what it looks like in 2009. Are all of the same buildings there? It looks like it. We're going back to 2005. This is 1999, same piece of property. Now these images are all going to be, the further back we go, the lower quality they're likely going to be. And if we want really high quality images for a different type of study where we maybe figure out what these trees have done over time and stuff like that, there are other places to get better images with better information in them. We're going to show you slowly over the course of this program how to get more of that information. But this is one of those tools that I think is pretty darn cool. So now we're going back this image was taken in 1992, same area, 1992. We're going to go back. There's an image from 1986, and that's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Maybe we'll go back to 1985 and look at how low resolution this is. And the oldest image we have for it, that's it. 1985. And this is definitely not December of 1985 because this would have been not green at that time. So, and this is from Landsat. And there's all sorts of other information. Do you guys have any question about this part?
No, but my phone is dying, so I was going to say I'll see you guys next time. I really appreciate everything too.
Thank you, Jaden. Yeah, we're nearly done anyway, so this is a good start. Thank you for sending that in, and we'll work on the next bits the next time you can make it. So thank you.
All right, see you.
Bye.
Thank you. See you.
Oh, I'm sure that's a very beautiful place. I kind of know. I know roughly where this is. There's Tomahawk, Ladysmith. Yeah, that's a really pretty part of the country up there. It's very remote, but not as remote as that place we were looking at in Yakutsk. not at all. All right. So there's a good example of how we can.
Yeah, at that scale, you could only see one image per year.
Right.
One image annually. Yeah. You see this time bar. It depends on the scale of your zoom in and zoom out. You will see different type of imagery.
Right, but if we were examining a larger area, we could see new developments that come in and different bits of forest that have been cleared or different bits of forest that have grown up over time. So the time, that's one of the things about satellite imagery is the ability to track changes over time because we're taking pictures of the whole planet from space. What you doing back there, man? Want to say hi? No? All right. All right. I think they've probably had enough for this evening. Do Ismail and Sonora, do you have any questions for us? Or Analia? You can ask questions to Analia.
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Just one thing. I wanted to add a description to it, but I already sent. Will you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Very safe.
I want to add a description to it, but I already sent it. So once I sent it, I can't add anything to it.
So
it won't transfer, right?
So yeah, that's a good question. So Dimitri, if Ismail goes in and edits his KML file that he sent to you, will you show the edited version or the original version?
Right now, the original version, but I could add the new version. I just received it.
Okay, so in this version, because we're not working on a shared project, he can't edit his description and have it show up in your world.
No, it's possible. So if you add your description right here in Google Earth and select this save place as, just right click your data in the places bar, left side. Just right click and save place as. And if you say save it here, it also will save the description you gave to it.
Right, but he has to send you the whole KML file over again with the new description. It won't automatically show up.
No, it will not automatically show up because it should be done manually with Google Maps. It is not
Yes.
automatic.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the new portal that we use, in when we finally get to the place where we've got everybody in one shared web portal, those descriptions, when we change them, they will automatically show up for everybody, correct?
Yeah, later on, but this let's say any portal which would allow you to route mapping, so joint mapping, joint work on the map, they are usually more complex. So
Sure.
so I'm a little bit afraid to start right from that point right now.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. We're starting with our baby steps into it, and we're going to figure out how to get to this place where we do have a shared map in the future. So,
And
Sonora, do you have any
actually,
questions?
yeah, sorry. And actually, my idea is just maybe to let you learn how to do some editing in your computer separately. Maybe first with that Google Earth, and then we could try to use yet another desktop software to use it, and then we come back to an online version.
Okay. Sonora, did you have any questions?
No, I don't have any.
Okay. Well, thank you for showing up. How about you, Analia?
I don't have any questions right now. Do y'all want me to like do a map or do a 1-2? Okay.
You got
And
it.
then Michaela
Right.
and Layla were both planning on joining tonight, but they had to work last minute. So
Any one of you can reach out to Dima or myself through the WhatsApp or via email, and just if you need like 10 minutes of my time to work through how to do these things or a problem, you just let me know. Because sometimes it's hard to find maybe all of the information in a hour-long webinar or a video that you watch. If you just need some information about how to get something done, just reach out and let me know and we'll figure it out, okay?
cool. Okay, I will talk with both of them and then get back to you.
Yeah, because we really want to get those KML files into a map so we can start looking at things. And the next thing is to, like your grandparents' farm, this is a great place to start because it's very personal for Sonora, was this Sonora's grandparents' farm? Yeah. That's a very personal thing. And so you want to find something, if you can, that you're concerned about or that is personal to you that we can put in the file so we can take a look at it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
All righty. Well, I thank you guys for coming, and please remember, I know this stuff is a little bit slow sometimes, but if you have friends that maybe would be interested in this, please invite them to join us too, because we're looking for people to, we're not trying to make you into mapping experts. We're trying to give you the ability to understand how you work with these things so that they're not as unfamiliar, foreign to you as they are. I know when I first started, I didn't know much about this at all. And already I feel a lot more comfortable playing around in these places and learning more from satellite imagery. So if you have friends who you think might be interested in this, please bring them. All right. All right.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks for showing it.
Should I have
Okay.
the other two? Should I have Michaela and Layla watch these videos that you just shared in the chat?
That would be great. Just maybe yes, I will send. Are they using the WhatsApp chat? So
you can email Michaela and Layla, and I've told them both to do it as well, to email you.
Okay, I will.
And then I'm still working on some more folks joining. So Ismail and Sonora, you also think of anyone else that would want to do this?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think the way it's working out, Dima, is that email is probably the best for just getting information back and forth. And I would encourage all of you kids to join the WhatsApp community as well, because that's where we're maybe having a little more fun with just communicating back and forth with the other students the other participants in Russia. So maybe, maybe WhatsApp is more of the fun place to communicate, and email is the better place to send us serious messages.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I think so too.
Okay, just make sure that the messages from these EEC participants Google Groups list are not getting to your trash box directly, because sometimes they could be lost.
Right.
Great.
Just check that.
Yeah, and if you don't hear back from us, then ping us on the WhatsApp and say, hey, I sent you something and you didn't get back to me, because we will get back to you if we see that you sent us a message. All right. All right.
Okay.
I think that's good for tonight. Thanks for showing up. You guys, it's now 6 o'clock in the morning for Dima, right?
Yeah, it's getting so.
Is
But,
it 6 o'clock on
yeah, it's
Sunday?
6 o'clock, exactly 6 o'clock in Moscow.
Yeah, on Sunday morning, correct?
Sunday morning, exactly.
Yeah.
But in Siberia, we expected them to join. It is now something like already midday on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys realize this, but as big as the United States is, Russia is enormous, and it spans a lot of time zones. So there you go. All right, take care, everyone. Have a good Saturday night. Be safe.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.